We actually call it the two journeys. And there's two parallel journeys that are happening. There's the journey that you're on as the owner, as the entrepreneur, of becoming the architect, and then there's the journey that the business is on. And so really the one journey is around transformation, and one journey is around achievement of the business. And so the business needs an operating system. It does. It needs an operating system. It's quietly the team and the business itself is saying we need to run off something other than you. We can't run off of you anymore. I mean, we ran off of you fine, but if we're going to actually scale, okay, and that's a difference between growth, but if we're going to scale, we can't scale you. We cannot, like, you're a person, not a system. And so, but to your point, you have to see yourself differently. You have to see yourself differently. You have to make an identity shift. That's the thing. Is I had an identity shift. I shifted from seeing myself as the rainmaker. Everything is dependent upon me. All the sales is dependent upon me. The service is dependent upon me. I saw myself differently. Instead of thinking, you know what, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll just take care of it. I know how to handle this. I started to think, well, how do I build it? How would I go and design something to where this isn't dependent upon me anymore? And that's the thing. So for me, I heard systems and processes for years, right? I've read E-Myth. I read the book. It's actually why our podcast is called Above the Business, is a nod to that book, which is, work on it, not in it. We agree. I just think there's a third dimension, which is above the business. And so, like, I love that book, but I never did anything with it. To your point, it wasn't, yeah, the system, I needed the system, but I needed to see myself differently. And so, like, I started to think, instead of this thing just happening, kind of by default, why don't I just design it? Why don't I design the thing to get it to what I want it to do? And so you start to see task in the business differently. You start to view them differently. You start to think, like, wait a minute, if I was the architect, how would I actually architect this?